few months ago I did a video, or a couple of videos actually, on the construction of my 2x72 inch belt grinder. In those videos, or at least in the final video, I had a, I think it was a 1.5 horsepower single phase motor. I've now swapped it out to a 2 horsepower motor, and I have a VFD. Now the current setup is not the final product. I'm making a cart that will hold both this tool and my my belt disc sander. You can probably see a little bit in the background here. I'm going to put them on the same cart. Probably tuck in a corner, put them on wheels so I can kind of turn it. You know, that way I don't have to have it both machines free to the open space. It saves a little bit of room in the shop. So I'm going to show you the difference that this upgrade made. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera and we'll get going. Okay, so here's the VFD. It's a variable speed frequency drive. Or actually, I think it's a variable frequency drive, excuse me. So here's the start button. And you can see how slow that wheel is going, or that belt. And I can run it all, and it's actually running backwards. I'm going to go ahead and run it forward. Actually, it's not running how it needs to. I'm going to back it off. Oh, this piece of plastic is rattling or what? It's making a noise I hadn't made in the past. But as you see there, I can run it way down to very slow RPM. And what that really does for me as a wood carver is it allows me to reshape tools and to hone without the concern of heat buildup. So today I'm just going to show me power honing on this, but I have I've reground the edges of tools doing this very same thing. And what I do is because it's moving so slow, the heat buildup is really slow. And I'll start with like 200 grit, and I'll show you in a minute how easy it is to change belts on this. And all I do is put it on the bevel and just run it back and forth. Same thing here, I've reground this tool. What I have on there is a felt wheel with some honing compound. And I don't start it right on the bevel, I'll kind of start it off on the back side and then rock it right into it quickly. So anyhow, when you're running this low RPM, you can feel the heat build up quickly. All right, you perceive the heat build up before it's too late, because you can feel it in your finger. And then I just keep a bowl full of ice cubes and just quench them on the ice cubes, and once it's cold, I carry on. So as you see, it works really well for power stropping. You know, even when you have draw knives like this, so always have the belt running away from the blade. I have endless, you know, no restrictions on either side. So it works really well. It works really well for you know, for regrinding an edge if you get a chip on the edge of your tool too. Now the VFD isn't where it's going to be when I'm all said and done. It's just that was the length of cord I had when we were doing a test run. So until I get the final setup, that's what it's going to be. So when you're regrinding an edge, you're going to work the tool through various grits. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to change grits. So one belt off. Each belt has or most belts have arrows. I don't actually see one on this one, so it tells you which way the belt should be run. So, you know, if you're running the belt in one direction, then you work it one way. And then if you're doing the other direction, you know, if you're running it reverse, of course you have to flip the belt over. So each belt can have a little bit different, can run differently on the machine. So I just start it slow. I'm actually fiddling with this a little more than I normally would. The belt is running a little bit close to the motor, and that's not normally an issue, but I guess I'll have to check in with the manufacturer. Oh wait, that's me. Never mind. Belt change. So guys, I hope you find this video useful. This is a tool that I've really found useful, especially when it comes to carving, you know, sharpening carving tools, honing carving tools, using a felt belt to hone, regrinding tools. You know, before I got this tool, I wasn't sure how I was going to regrind some of the tools I have. I didn't feel like a bench grinder was a good tool to use, just too risky as far as building up heat quickly. So the ability with the 3-phase motor and the VFD to turn the RPMs almost to, you know, next to nothing, so I'm not building heat up quickly. This has really been a tool that's paid off. I have not done research as to what you're going to pay. You know, there's a lot of belt grinders out there. You can find them on Etsy, where you have, you know, private makers making belt grinders. This is Jer Schmidt's design. I am not aware that he manufactures belt grinders. He sells plans. That's what I did, and I made the belt grinder. So even making this belt grinder for my for my wheels, all this steel, I'm in about $700 for this part of the machine, not including the motor and not including the VFD. The motor, I paid $100 for it. Now this is a GE motor. I don't think it's some ridiculously expensive motor, but you know, GE is a name brand. So paying $100, you know, as somebody who had 4 motors, I actually bought them all. My friend Tom is putting one of these on his, and then, you know, we may even make an extra, we'll see. But, or, you know, who knows what else will come down the line when you get that good of a deal. It was hard to pass up. I did have, you know, I live in Virginia, I had to drive to New York to get it. So, you know, I definitely burned $100 in gas, but, you know, you can find deals out there. The VFD that I have, it's a KB VFD. I paid just over $400. There was an extra switch in there. Maybe at some point I'll get into the VFD and hooking that up. Probably have to get my friend Tom involved. He's a little more knowledgeable on that sort of thing. But if you've got if you have money burning a hole in your pocket, this is definitely a good place to spend it. I'm in about $1,250 roughly at this point. I have some more accessories, but I don't feel like they really apply to grinding or sharpening knife, you know, your carving tools. But you know, hopefully I have an opportunity to share those you know, new improvements in the future. So they're basically attachments. And this is actually one of them here. This tilting table. Not necessary, but you know, I found it nice to have for sharpening. It just kind of gets the table out of the way a little bit. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.